All right, before we get started, this is going to be one hell of a rant. Basement's not finished, but I was asked a couple of times to give a small little tour. It's an 895L 77-inch. We have Nintendo Switch 2 connected to that. That's on a Santa's base. Okay, so a little bit of seating area here. I got cats. I just put a refrigerator down here for when I have guests, gamers and stuff like that. It's got some adult beverages in there. It's a bunch of junk in here. So some Gatorade, a lot of water. Yeah, so. Bravia 8 Mark II, still need to move that TV. It's going to be going upstairs. We got 895K over there. The lights are turned off here. It's a little bar area. Got some arcade stuff over here in my cabinets. I do still play. So my Street Fighter 6 authentic Japanese arcade. It's actually a Street Fighter 5 cabinet, but we put 6 there. We got the Comba there. We've got the Chulix. We got the 77-inch G2, and we've got a gaming PC. All right, this is my office. Not done completely, but we are close. And the best part about this is that I can close myself off, which I'm happy. So just got my server sitting there. It's S95C. That's going to be going to my uncle, and some of the arcade sticks. Got some artwork here, but I got my little desk space over here. We're going to sit down here and I'm going to rant to you guys about this television. So I got Alpha 6000 camera sitting there, 5K 2K LG monitor, nice little IKEA desk. And this camera that I'm using is the ZV-E1. It's a full frame vlog camera, and I have a G lens vlog, full frame lens on it also. All right, let's get to this content. YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host TKK, and we are back with another video, guys. Oh, we got an interesting video tonight. So look, I just finished wrapping up a live stream watch from Stop the FOMO that featured Whisper Status or Brian Tech Therapy. Great content creators in the space of this thing that we do here that surrounds home theater, audio, video content. Man, listen, the foundation of this live stream they did was surrounding Sony's flagship TV for 2025, the Bravia 8 Mark II. I have to tell you, brothers, if you see this video, great work on the detail. You guys have both been doing this video stuff longer than I have. And so I understand the work that it takes for you to make the content, and then for you to go back and watch the content, to timestamp the content. I think you did sensational work. If I have to give you any kind of respects, it has to be in the details there. So thank you. But I did watch the video in all of totality. Like I said, over 2 days, just kind of picking at it. And I got a lot of substance from that video. If you haven't seen the video, as in someone is watching me, I'm not sure why you wouldn't have. Make sure you go and follow both of those guys and check that content out. You know, it inspired me to want to make this video where I wanted to have some discussional time, and maybe I'll B-roll or throw something in there, or I'll create another transition when I actually get the TV on, because, you know, that does make things more entertaining. But they were talking about the Bravia 8 Mark II and pretty much going over how it's been reviewed, and how this community, where there's a community of people that just seem to not like this TV. I personally don't get it. I don't get it. You know, for me, it's a hard pass on any time I hear people complain that don't plan on buying the TV, can't afford to buy the TV, or just doesn't like the brand. And for me, a lot of the noise that I hear people fall under those three. Now, listen, when I say they can't afford to buy the TV, I don't mean that with any malicious intent. I think I say it a lot, and I've been saying it a lot lately in my videos. TVs are definitely a want, not a need. And today is June 20th. I just filmed and recorded and posted a video. So whenever you're seeing this, my prior video is a budget TV that I bought my mom. So there's content within there where I'm clearly telling people, hey, don't go after the most expensive TV. I personally love the Bravia 8 Mark II. I do, for many of reasons. Like, the TV's a phenomenal TV. I think the only serious opportunity with the TV is that they didn't follow through with making it larger. In a perfect world, Sony would manufacture their own panels and we'd be seeing an 83-inch version of that TV. If we had that TV in 83, nothing that's out today beats it, in my opinion, just in total, right? Now, there's certain things that TV doesn't do better than other TVs, but that's the name of this game. It's always been like that. I mean, back to the CRT days, DLP days. I mean, there's never been one TV that just does all of everything. And I do believe that a large portion of like the negative press that the TV gets from people that view content is done out of ignorance. And what I mean is something that was actually pointed out in the live stream that these gentlemen did. A lot of people, I won't say you, but a lot of people, they see this TV through the lens or through the screen that they're watching from a creator like myself, from myself, from FOMO, from Tech with KG, from like a plethora of different content creators. And that's it. And listen, the reason that we make the videos and the videos get thousands of views, it's serving its purpose. It's designed for you to be able to make an educated decision. But when people get so brutal, it's like it's almost like you can see that it's personal. And I won't say that's what bothers me. I'm married with 8 kids. I moved from one state to another to be close to my mom's. So there's a lot of things that just don't bother me, but it almost kind of sort of does bother me. And it's just like, I just don't understand like why people get so personal with it. A couple of things, and this video isn't going to be as structured as our live stream, but I wanted to just get it all out, right? Let me ventilate. Let me land with these points. I understand the HDMI 2.1. I've been at the top of the mountain screaming that this is an opportunity. It needs to change. It just needs to change because it's no longer a modern offering. That's why it needs to change. Point blank, period. We have Nintendo Switch 2. We have PlayStation 5. We have Xbox Series X. Or we have Xbox Series S. But let's just go for the big three consoles, right? All the flagship consoles from the three largest manufacturers of consoles today tell us, hey, if you got an HDMI 2.1, you should utilize it. Now, I've said it millions of times. There's other ways that you can go around it. My prior Bravia 8 video covered a receiver that I purchased to help with that. But I also talked about that being a negative because once you go down that rabbit hole of saying you've got to buy extra peripherals or accessories or attachments for you to be able to use common things that you might buy for the TV, it is a problem. And that's ultimately why that needs to change. Somewhere down the pipeline, Sony needs to change that. But when they do change that, you better know that there's going to be a lot of other things that people are saying that they need to change too. Okay. 144 hertz refresh rate is definitely not a necessity, not a need at all. I feel like if you're playing at that juncture in PC gaming and you're looking for optimal performance, number one, you're not even focused on 4K resolution. You're focused on a much smaller scale of a 16:9 monitor with a much higher refresh rate, period, point blank. That's it, right? You're going after the best GPU. You're trying to play at the lowest resolution so that you can get the lowest input latency and the fastest response time so you can get the most performance out of your graphical processing unit. That's why you want a monitor, right? So the 144 hertz thing, it's like LG created this wave. I get it with the whole PC gaming thing. Samsung stepped in with the higher refresh rate. And so now you have people, a lot of viewers, right? Not saying that the people that may watch this, but just the general public is now stuck on this thing where it's like, hey, if Sony doesn't have this, this is a miss. It's not a miss. It's not. I don't miss 144 hertz. In fact, I have a G4 83 inch. I'm not taking advantage of 144 hertz with it. I have a Nintendo Switch console on it, and that's it. So a lot of the great bullet points that these gentlemen were speaking on within their video was talking about just like the totality of what makes the TV a great TV. Most people that buy a TV, keeping in mind a TV is a TV because it has a tuner. Maybe you're not necessarily connecting an antenna to it or a coax cable, but when you reel it in, you're ultimately buying a television for you to watch content, for you to stream content, maybe Blu-ray content, etc. You're not buying it for the gaming aspect of things. You really do have to be like a Whisper Status, a FOMO, a TKK. I mean, there's not a lot of people as far as like content creators that may legitimately go out, looking to purchase these TVs for the reasoning of, gaming and things like that. I mean, I made some crazy purchases, and I keep telling you guys, the whole reason that I started making videos 3.5 years ago is because I was always buying these TVs every year. I was buying these TVs, and I was looking at these content creators, and I'm like, man, I should get out there and do this too. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I feel like, the bad press that the TV is getting is definitely not at all deserving. It's a great TV. Is it out of your price range? If you have determined that, then I respect you a whole lot for understanding your finances. You get it. You totally get it. If it's too much money, you get it. And guess what? You don't have to have any insecurity. Let me be here to tell you that if you feel like the TV is too expensive, that's not a bad thing. That's okay that you understand your finances and where you can better invest your money to bring yourself and your family happiness. To those that are like, hey, you can afford it, you want to finance it or whatever your get down is for you to buy that TV, in my opinion, just my opinion, you can look at my channel, see the roster of content, see the lineup of TVs that I have. I don't want to mention them. I feel like every time I'm mentioning the TVs that I own, I'm bragging. It's up there as like the best TV that I've seen, period. Right. It's lacking the size that I feel like it deserves, but it is what it is. I believe that they have something bigger coming down the pipeline in a larger size next year. But I'd love to hear what you guys think. This is my truth about this TV. I feel like it's great, and I really appreciate the content that Brian and FOMO put out. Like, great stuff. I mean, phenomenal work. I appreciate, the authenticity and how organic you guys like work together as a team. And again, the timestamps are really good. I think it's very helpful and impactful for people that may be looking at certain bullet points to be able to get to. That's why I started doing timestamps in my video. This isn't going to be timestamped because it's a rant, but thanks a lot for giving me the space and the grace to do that. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Peace, God bless, and as always, say max love.